In the last episode, we first meet Ashira at the gates of Caldeum, seeking an audience with the Emperor himself, fearing for his safety due to the guards at the Caldeum outpost being duplicitous snake men. However, the diminutive Emperor Hakan is most displeased with our presence and claims we've let a spy into his midst as he brings forth Leah, and then commands his snake men guards to execute us where we stand. Fighting our way out of the palace, Leah then guides that we can seek refuge in the sewers below the city. Once inside the sewers, Leah then informs,
"I found my mother Adria. She's alive, but the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here."
We will find her.
We're then quested with helping Leah return to her maternal missing mother. However, we do urge caution, as we know little about this witch.
So Magda was telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. I always knew it.
Good news, I hope. Just remember that your mother may not be the person you imagine.
As our voices echo throughout the sewer, we realize we're not alone as a trio of sandlings burst forth from a cavity in the wall.
Oh no you don't!
It seems Belial's evil has permeated all the way to the depths of the sewers. Truly nowhere is safe in Caldeum. As if responding to our thought, the betrayed leap forth from the aqueducts below and explode in a plume of poison and noxious gas. Then the enchantress observes,
"We shall need very long baths after this."
We silently agree with her musings as a bloated corpse explodes with electric eels that have been living inside its belly. Rat nests are littered about, and more of the betrayed crawl forth from the recesses below, waiting to befoul any poor soul silly enough to venture into these stinky sewers. To the northeast, we find a chest unguarded. However, upon opening it,
Treasure!
a flimsy trap by bone warriors is sprung. To the southeast, we find a corpse of a poor iron wolf. However, as we approach it, more betrayed crawl up, and it seems the entire sewers is one giant trap set by the undead lying in wait. In the central corridor, by some bloated corpses, we're assaulted by murderous fiends.
Quickly now! Show them what you're capable of!
We realize the fiends are empowered and see that their leader, Kelric of the Darkness, a skeletal archer that is empowered by frozen thunderstorms, appears. And although we succumb to his frost, we cast our own Heaven's Fury that fells the foul archer.
A mighty foe has fallen!
We then loot the archer's corpse to find some rare gloves called Brawler's Sagacity, which reduces cooldown of all skills by 4%. Heading northeast, we come to a crossroads, and it's then Leah carries on ahead in search of her mother above.
Adria should be up here.
As the sewers have been full of traps, we leave Leah momentarily to make sure that we're not being flanked. And to the west, we find Stinging Swarm. After contending with the swarms and the bony archers, we then head up some stairs and see a pile of diseased bodies, which somehow have been birthing the undead.
Over here! We could use your help!
At the end of the sewer, we find two men that beckon to us for our help in aid of opening a chest. Next to them is an envoy of Belial.
We think we have found a haunted chest spoken of in legends.
Then why do you need my aid?
In case the tales are true, of course. What if it's haunted?
You would not mind opening it, would you?
While we contemplate their offer of opening this no doubt nefarious chest, we then check the envoy's orders from Belial himself.
My exemplary servants. Keep the witch alive until she talks. Pain will loose her tongue, but only to a point. Remember what happened with the Vizier's assistant? It was a pleasurable time, I admit. But the man had only incoherent babble and bloody strands of pus spilling from his lips by the end.
Wow, that was, quite brutal. Realizing we're running out of time, we open the ancient chest, and it reveals...
Oh, disturbs my sleep. Join me in death and torment!
Raziel is actually one of 3 super uniques that we can run into in the sewers of Caldeum. The others being Ningish and Moontooth Dreadshark, but none are required for any achievements and there are no events to look for either. However, we do find on his corpse a rare 2-handed flail named Glory Blast, which has a chance to deal 14% area damage on hit, and grants extra experience. Traveling to the eastern fork of the sewers, we find a dead end with no unique monsters or occurrences. Therefore, we shall head back to the center and to Leah. Hopefully, we're not too late in saving her mother, Adria the Witch, inside the wretched pit above from Belial's torturers.
Tell us about the Black Soul Stone! We know of the 3 that the Horadrim used to trap the Primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
It's then we must confront Goztur the Torturer, Reaper of Pain and Jailer of Adria, and his gaggle of serpentine minions. With the Torturer dead, we then find Adria in the bone-filled pit and see a reunion between mother and daughter.
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life, but I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
It is not safe here. Let's move.
Cutting the reunion short, the 2 women work on a town portal together, heading back to the hidden camp, and we follow in tow. And finally get long-awaited answers for Leah and also ourselves regarding the whereabouts of the truant spellcaster.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Herodric texts, only 2 evils remain. Belial is here in Caldeum, and Azmodan has yet to reveal himself.
Do you regret abandoning Leah?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Herodric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you ever see him again?
Only from afar. From time to time, our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
How did you come to be captured?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltankul's head, and the guards found me.
Zoltankul's head? He was one of the Horadrim, and a dark mage indeed. This only spawns more questions, but that is a story for another day.